Hello, if you are here, you're here for a reason. Um, please mind the hair, because I don't know what's going on today, but we're gonna mind the hair. We're not gonna, yeah. Okay? Okay. So, basically, I feel called to say something to you guys, to speak about a message, speak about fireworks. Okay. So, basically, okay. We're like gonna just let it play out. All right. So I was feeling sort of like like something that feels like it's not supposed to be there, but it still is there, which is very strange because you're asking why is it there if it's not supposed to, if it feels like it's not supposed to be there, because your tuition is so overwhelmingly like so accurate. And so when you do, or as of recently, when you have used your discernment to evaluate certain just either like relationships with things or the way that you show up in the world now, and it's been intriguing, it's been interesting, more so the fact that before it was just getting through it, or just like having to overcome it and overcome and overcome it. But now it's like, you know how much more there is after you overcome, and you're like in the middle of like debuting, like when you I don't know if I'm saying it right, debut a song or a play EP or something. Debut, it's like you're debuting. Oh my god, am I saying it right? I don't know. I get my words twisted up. Debut. And it's like whatever was happening before, and whatever situation that you got yourself in before, that you might have thought and like questioned for such a long time, like why did I put myself in that situation, or just even these doubts, or like these little like mannerisms, and like the way that you showed up for people isn't the same like how people have showed up for you. And because it's like that, because it's been like that, it's like when is it gonna be my turn? Like, why is this even fair? Like, why is this even like have to be a catastrophe? Like, it doesn't need to be a catastrophe. It could just be what it is, and I don't need to feel this extremity of just alienation. You know what I mean? Because it's like in the beginning, if we weren't even able to be here, like we wouldn't be able to feel this. But it's feeling grateful and feeling like content and feeling very, very still and very like, okay, this is a good example for now. I remember meditating with a partner of mine before. Anyways, I asked them to sit with me and meditate and just sit. But because we were on different like timelines, wavelengths, frequencies, we weren't on the same page. I stayed, I sat, and I meditated, but I felt like they were just so uncomfortable, and I noticed like I could feel the energy, and so they got up like pretty quickly. And I feel like in those moments, like that was just like a clear example for me that in some of those moments that you're trying to show people, sometimes they really just are not ready to be told this very, very important information, first of all, and also like life changing. Like if you want to change, like that's gonna be your decision. You're not gonna be like, nobody can force you and you can't force anybody. Like that's always gonna like be a battle that you really can't win. So it's like contradicting yourself is so bizarre now, because you finally have found and finally touched more than silver, more than gold, you know, more than diamonds. You know, you've brushed up against the pixelated universe, and like I know how like my life is aligning is so beautiful right now, but recently it's been a lot of like imagine a black screen, like literally like the sky, but like there's like a body figure, and then the body, it's like the little stars and little white dots to that are the stars, but it's like the blank or the black space, and the space that's just accumulating in that like vicinity of that. So I was watching that in a certain video, but then I saw that same imprint on a mural, and it was the child trying to, not trying, they were like, they had music, something to do with music, like a violin, and the background was black, and so then his figure was like outlined in white, and it was exactly like in the video. It was outlined in white, and it was like his body, like you couldn't see none of his face, and like, but you could tell it was like a little boy, because but like the outline was little boy, and then inside it was just like black, dark, like the sky, like the night sky, and it was just like a bunch of stars everywhere, all over, like to make that impression. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know, like it's literally like in the night sky, like constellations creating bigger shapes and things like that. But yeah, I feel like as of recently, because you have been so assertive towards yourself, so assertive to yourself in the ways that help you grow, in the ways that allow you to no longer diminish your light, but you know, exponentially rise, and see that you're helping everybody around you as that goes on. But since that's just naturally, you're just naturally gonna help everybody that you see, or that needs a helping hand, or that needs anything. And that's just gonna come naturally no matter what. You're always gonna want to help people. You're always gonna be wanting to show what light that we all have within us. Like you're always gonna want to spread that curiosity with the, I guess, less fortunate people, because if we're like really in like this reality of physical wealth and high standards to accumulate what really is just gold and riches in only this world, like you're gonna just be stuck in this world. There's no like taking your goals and riches to another place. Like when you die, you die. You're not gonna take nothing. Literally, the most precious book and the most precious superhero figure that you might think, and the most precious piece of clothing that you have, and whatever most precious piece of artwork and precious most piece of literature that you wrote by your hand, it will not be existent. It will be displayed only in this world, and only for the people that transverse into this world. Because before coming here, everybody has a conscious mind and they agree. So it's not like we were just thrown here. I don't think that. And then people will say, oh, but it feels like I shouldn't be here, and I'll just, it's finding the light in the little things and finding the purpose. It's finding a lot of stuff. Literally, it's the search for yourself. And you know what? Like imagine like you're just here But before this, like, you didn't even, like, you're just finding out that there's these, I guess, missing pieces to your self to construct, like, tools, pieces, arrangements that constructs the final form, which is your higher self. But at least now for me, I'm able to speak to my higher self, and I'm able to speak to spirit and listen very, very carefully. But it's not like that happened overnight. Like, that definitely did not happen overnight. I took maybe about, it was really like my whole life. I remember going to church as a little girl with my family and just listening. And small things like that. Also, just being in school and just listening. Being in large crowds and just listening. Being in torments, toxic places, and just listening. Like, all of that really taught me so much. 11:11 as I looked at the timer. I wasn't looking at it at all, too. It's like these little small things that come together. I really feel sad for myself because I don't be believing it, but as soon as I start believing it, I get so many more blessings and so many more goodies. And it's like the party never stops. And this is the analogy that I was having earlier. I was like, sort of like I had it, like, a lot of things that I imagine, a lot of things that come to thought. I'm really good at just sitting and imagining it, like, and when it comes out of words, it really is a little bit choppy. So there's a lot of things that I wish that I could explain, but I can't just yet. But it showed me so much beauty and so much light that I was just such in shock to be like, no way that this is the universe that I've curated for myself. And like, I don't know, it's like being thankful for the wrongdoings that others have done to you, and as well as the wrongdoings that you have done to yourself. Creates a part of you that I feel like either you're not going to be able to let go, or it's always going to be teaching you, always, no matter what, a recurring cycle of where you need to be, and it's always going to straighten you in your path. And if it feels like you are tilting a little bit to the left or to the right, it's like that is always going to be there to guide you and move you forward. And you see, when I say the thing, it's like a whole entire energy. It's an entity that passes through people, and through the people that you meet, you're able to experience that energy. And if you didn't talk to these people and experience solely their connection with you, you wouldn't have been able to learn about that. So, like, I was gonna say, scientifically speaking and spiritually speaking, you need to have interactions to get those, like, serotonin levels going and pumping and moving up and down, so then that you know that this is actually working. It's strange for me to explain it because I'm still in the process of at least, like, figuring out the right words to the right words to use for the things that I know, so that I could show people, right, so that they can understand. But it's been a little bit, like, at least for me, it's been like, it's like, ooh, I don't know, like a metronome. What is that? Is that like the dun 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 dun? And it's just like back and forth, like a non-stop game of tic-tac-toe that nobody ever wins. And it's so strange. I don't know. I'm gonna get through this, though. Yeah, I'm gonna get through this. But I feel deeply that whoever it is that you're watching, it's so wonderful to have created this like visual effect in my head, to see you, like, to see your energy, to see who you're able to become, to see how you can become that. And for you to grant me the gift of your presence is something that like emulates such ordinary and raw tenderness and realness that I just love, and I will always love so freaking much forever. And I'm so grateful. Oh my god, I'm so grateful. I'll talk about that forever. I hope that you have a beautiful day today, a beautiful night, and whenever it is that you watch this or find this, and if you made it to the end, I love you. I love you so much. And whew, radical. Spirit was like, keep going, radical. I don't know. Radical. Rad. Because you're rad. And you're radical. Radical. You're amazing. You're loved. You're spontaneous and everything and more. And you're gonna light up so many faces in so many rooms. And yeah. Get ready. Peace and love, people. Until the next one.